Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Sunday. Big NFL slate today, guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Working our way to 23.1K subs, so go ahead and make that happen. Check out all my betting links in the description below. All kinds of profit boost for NFL today on FanDuel and DraftKings. So check those out, guys, in the description below. Yeah, we'll hop in it. A big slate today, starting with the Baltimore Ravens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ravens opening up as a 3-point road favorite with the over-under at 48.5. Ravens coming into this matchup 7-3. Pittsburgh 7-2. Ravens, they're coming off a close Cincinnati win. Pittsburgh on a 4-game winning streak. They're coming off a Washington win. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a nice game here. Two good teams playing. Baltimore 1-7 against Pittsburgh, 1-5 covering against Pittsburgh. They have not played well against the Steelers. The unders hit in Pitt 7 of their last 7 against Baltimore here. And yeah, this one's going to be good because ever since Russell Wilson's taken over for Pittsburgh, man, they've looked good. The offense has looked good. Defense has played very well. 3 of the last 4 they've held to single digits, or they've held to, teams in the teens. Yeah, just looking at this, I don't know, something about the Steelers. This line looks a little tricky. Steelers dogs at home. Man, I just think this is going to be one of those games. It's going to come down to the last drive, and either it's going to be Lamar making some, miracle run, or Steelers getting some kind of stop here. Give me Steelers plus 3.5 at home today. Next matchup, we got the Cleveland Browns versus the New Orleans Saints. Browns opening up as a 1.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 44. Browns coming into this matchup 2-7. The Saints 3-7. Cleveland coming off a Chargers loss 27-10. Saints, they're coming off an Atlanta win 20-17. Battle of two very bad teams here. Cleveland, they are 11-3 against the Saints, 5-2 covering against the Saints, 8-1 on the road against the Saints. They've been really good against New Orleans here. Not sure what's been wrong with the Saints. I know Derek Carr missed a couple games or whatever, but yeah, they're the receiving core, they're missing a lot of people. It's just been brutal for the Saints. Winston coming off a bad Chargers win. I think we get a bounce back great game from Jameis today. And yeah, I'm just not sold on the Saints. All the numbers are pointing me in the right direction for the Browns. Yeah, and I didn't even think about it till now. It's a little bit of a Jameis revenge game. He did play for the Saints here. Give me the Browns minus 1.5 and money line on the road today. Next matchup, we got the Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears. Packers opening up as a 5.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 40.5. Packers coming into the matchup 6-3. The Bears 4-5. Packers coming off a Detroit loss, a tough Detroit loss, 24-14. Chicago, they're on a 3-game losing streak. Yeah, coming off a New England loss, it's been bad for the Bears. I mean, these last 3 games, they've scored 3, 9, and 15. You're not going to win any games scoring those. The offense has looked horrible for Chicago. Absolutely horrible. The Packers, I mean, they own the Bears. 10-0 against the Bears. 10-0 covering against the Bears. 5-0 covering on the road against the Bears. Yeah, for me, there's no confidence I could even trust the Bears here. Offense has been horrible. The Green Bay D has been very good, and I think they're going to be all over Chicago. Yeah, there's just no chance I can trust them today. Give me Packers minus 5.5 and money line on the road in this one. Next matchup, we've got the Indianapolis Colts versus the New York Jets. Jets opening up as a 4-point home favorite with the over-under at 43.5. Colts coming into this matchup 4-6. The Jets 3-7. Colts looks like they're starting Anthony Richardson today, so hopefully he has a good day after being benched. Colts, they're on a 3-game losing streak, coming off a Buffalo loss. The Jets, they're coming off a bad Arizona loss, 31-6. The Jets, 1-6 in their last 7. It's been bad for the Jets, especially last week. You thought they'd come out and be decent. They looked horrible. This defense, listen, I've watched the Jets. Sure, Aaron Rodgers hasn't looked amazing. I think he's been okay. It's just obviously the offense hasn't looked good. The play calling's been bad, but the number one key with the Jets team, which I don't know if anyone's talking about it, because Aaron Rodgers is getting all the blame, and the number one blame's got to be with the defense. This defense for the Jets, I think it might be the worst we've ever seen. They have all this talent. They cannot stop anybody. They're giving up 20 plus points a game. They cannot stop anybody on D. It's crazy because you're relying on Aaron Rodgers to make historic comebacks every game, which is what he's having to do. And you can't have that as a team. The Jets they play zero defense here. It's a must-win game for them, but I just can't trust the Jets. They've been such a letdown this season. Got to take the Colts +4 on the road. I think they might be a surprise today. Next matchup, we've got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Detroit Lions. Detroit opening up as a 13.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 47. Jaguars coming in up 2. Detroit 8-1. The Jaguars on a 3-game losing streak, coming off a 12-7 loss against Minnesota. Detroit, they're on a 7-game win streak. I mean, man, they're on fire right now. No Trevor Lawrence, so it will be Mac Jones, who looked horrible last week. The Jags, 1-4 against Detroit, 1-4 covering against Detroit, 0-8 on the road. Just every number's bad for the Jags. I just don't know if you could trust them. You got Detroit. They're coming off a miracle win last week against Houston. 7-1 at home. Yeah, I expect a nice game from Detroit. I just don't think the Jags are going to be able to hang. Give me Detroit -13.5 and money line at home. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Rams versus the New England Patriots. Rams opening up as a 4.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 43.5. Rams coming into this matchup 4-5. The Patriots 3-7. The Rams coming off a bad Miami loss, 23-15. Patriots, they're coming off a Chicago win, 19-3. The Rams just 1-6 against the Patriots, 2-6 covering against the Patriots here. Haven't been very impressed with the Rams. Not a great season for them so far. It's still early. I don't know. This is a sneaky line. Patriots getting 4.5 at home. Drake May's looked pretty decent. He hasn't been horrible. The offense is definitely moving a lot more with Drake May. I'm just not sold on the Rams. They have not been good against the Patriots. Give me the Patriots +4.5 at home today. Next matchup, we got the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins opening up as a 7.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 44. Raiders coming into this matchup 2-7. The Dolphins 3-6. Raiders, they're on a 5-game losing streak, coming off a Cincinnati loss. Miami coming off a big Rams win. It's a big win for Miami. Vegas 1-5 on the road against Miami, 2-8 against Miami, 5-12-1 covering against Miami. They have not been good against Miami, and it's just been bad for Vegas. Gardner Minshew going to be starting today. It's crazy because Minshew, it's just a bad quarterback situation. He started, he's been benched, he's been starting, he's benched. You can't have that. That's just, there's not much confidence in the quarterback room for Vegas, and it's been showing all season. I think it's a nice spot for Miami. I'm going to buy a point. Give me Miami -6.5 and money line at home today. Next matchup, we got the Minnesota Vikings versus the Tennessee Titans. Vikings opening up as a 6-point road favorite with the over-under at 39.5. Vikings coming into the matchup 7-2. Titans 2-7. Vikings off a close Jags win, 12-7. Wasn't pretty, but they got it done. Tennessee coming off a Chargers loss by 10. Minnesota 6-1 covering against Tennessee, 6-2 straight up against Tennessee. They've been very good against the Titans here. Really sold on the Titans. They don't look that good with Mason. I'm sorry, it's not Mason Rudolph. They got Will Levis back, but offense doesn't look good. I like Minnesota. I mean, 6-3 covering the spread. Hard to bet against them. The offense was bad last week for Minnesota, which, they're a big bounce back candidate this week, especially on offense. Darnold with those 3 picks. It was just a horrible game last week that they were able to win. He was kind of forcing some to Justin Jefferson. Much cleaner game from Darnold today. And give me the Vikings -6 in money line on the road today. Next matchup, we got the Atlanta Falcons versus the Denver Broncos. Denver opening up as a 2-point home favorite with the over-under at 45. Falcons coming matchup 6-4. Denver 5-5. Atlanta coming off a tough New Orleans loss, 20-17. Denver, they're on a 2-game losing streak, coming off a very tough Chiefs loss. They had their game-winning field goal blocked. Just a horrible outcome from Denver. Atlanta is 4-1 against Denver, 4-1 covering against Denver here. I don't know. Falcons as dogs is very intriguing. A bad, little tough stretch for Denver. Falcons coming off the bad loss here. I'm going to buy a point. I think we get a very close game here. Give me the Falcons +3 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Seattle Seahawks versus the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers opening up as a 6.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 48. Seattle coming into the matchup 4-5. The Niners 5-4. Seattle on a 2-game losing streak. They're 1-5 in their last 6. Been a bad stretch for Seattle. They lost to the Niners last time, 36-24, 4 games ago. San Francisco coming off a tough Tampa Bay win, that game-winning field goal. Looks like DK Metcalf's back. Remember, DK's been out, so they'll be getting DK back, which just definitely helps. That they really need it. The offense has been pretty stagnant. Seattle 0-6 against San Francisco, 1-5 covering against San Fran. Yeah, I just like San Francisco here. You had Christian McCaffrey come back, which definitely helped the offense. And I'm seeing George Kittle's doubtful, so they could be looking like they might be without George Kittle. But I just like this offense. Having McCaffrey back, you see, it really brings life back to this team. And they've just been dominant against Seattle. Seattle's looked horrible this season. Give me the Niners -6.5 in money line at home today. Then we got the last matchup at the 4 o'clock slate, which is the best matchup of the day. Should be a primetime game. It's kind of disappointing that the NFL is allowing this game to be on a 4 o'clock slot with all the other games. It should be a primetime game, but we got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. Bills opening up as a 2-point home favorite with the over-under at 46. Chiefs coming into this matchup 9-0. The Bills 8-2. Chiefs, they're coming off a crazy win against Denver, winning 16-14, getting that game-winning blocked field goal. Buffalo, they're on a 5-game winning streak, coming off a Colts win 30-20. This 4-game stretch from Buffalo, they've scored 30, 30, 31, 34. So the offense has been nice these last 4 games. We know the Buffalo success against the Chiefs lately hasn't been good. Kansas City 4-1 on the road against Buffalo. They're 8-0 on the road right now. 10-4-1 covering the spread. Buffalo's been great. It's just they only struggle against the Chiefs. That's like really the only team that just gives them a hard time. Chiefs are playing great. We'll see if Amari Cooper plays here. He hasn't played. He played the 1 game with Buffalo and then hasn't played since with that wrist issue. They definitely could use him for a game like this. For me, it's just impossible to bet against the Chiefs. I mean, how can you? They've just been so good against Buffalo. Buffalo always just gets unlucky against the Chiefs. I'm sure the Chiefs' win streak's going to come to an end sometime this year. I don't think they're going to go undefeated. That would be kind of crazy. But they just keep finding ways. The defense plays good. They get the stops when they need to. The offense gets the points when they need to. Gonna buy a point. Getting Chiefs as a dog. I don't think they've been a dog all season here. Actually, they have. They were dogs against the Niners. I gotta take the Chiefs here, so I'm buying a point. I'm taking the Chiefs +3 on the road today. In the last matchup, we got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers opening up as a 1-point home favorite with the over-under at 48. Bengals coming into this matchup 4-6. Chargers 6-3. Bengals, they're coming off a tough Baltimore loss by 1. The Chargers, they're playing great football this season. They're coming off a 10-point win against Tennessee here. They've looked very good offensively. Defensively, man, this defense has got to be like the best in the NFL. I mean, they've given up 17, 10, 8, 17, 16, 17. 20 is the highest they've given up, and that was their loss against the Steelers. Yeah, this defense is amazing. I'd be very shocked if they can do the same thing to Cincinnati. Cincinnati is going to throw the ball a lot. See how the Chargers can contain him. Yeah, I mean, Cincinnati 1-4 against the Chargers here. They've struggled against the Chargers. Chargers 4-1 covering the spread. The under's hitting 6 of the last 7 between the two. This one's tough here, but this Chargers D is different. It's good. I think it's going to give Bengals some problems. And Chargers are just playing good. Herbert's not making mistakes, really. He's playing he's not doing anything elite. Just playing good football. Harbaugh's really coaching this team great. I think it's a 1-point spread for a reason. And I like the Chargers here. The Chargers money line at home today. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Sunday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Monday. Have a good one.